Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into the nitty-gritty of corporate filings to tell you what is really going on. And today we've got a seismic shift happening with Integral Ad Science Holding Corporation. Get ready because the ground is about to move under this digital advertising company. So, what are we looking at today? It is a Form 8K, which is basically a report that companies file when something big happens, something that the shareholders really need to know about right away. Think of it as a company urgent bulletin board. We are talking about Integral Ad Science Holding Corp, also known as IAS. They are a big player in making sure that online ads are seen by real people and not bots, and that they are placed in safe and appropriate places. Basically, they clean up the Wild West of digital advertising. This filing is under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. That is the law that keeps companies honest and makes sure investors have the information they need. The main event here, the big news that triggered this whole report, is that on the 24th of September 2025, Integral Ad Science Holding Corp, or the company, signed an agreement to be merged. This means they are going to combine with another company. The companies involved in this merger are set up by something called Novacap. They are investment funds, which usually means they are looking to grow companies and make them more valuable, or perhaps to take them private and restructure things away from the public eye. So here is the deal. A company called MergerSub, which is owned by Novacap, will merge with Integral Ad Science. Integral Ad Science will still exist, but it will become a company owned entirely by Novacap's parent company. This is a pretty big change. It signals a new owner for the company. To let everyone know, they put out a joint press release on the same day they signed the papers. They are also saying that more detailed information about this merger would be filed in a separate, more thorough report. Just to remind you, Integral Ad Science's common stock trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol IAS. This merger will definitely impact those shares. Now, part of this report includes what they call forward-looking statements. This is standard legal language. They are basically saying that while they are talking about future plans, things might change due to risks and uncertainties. It is a way for them to protect themselves legally. They've listed a bunch of things that could go wrong, like the merger not happening on time or not happening at all. This could really hurt their business and the stock price. They also mention the possibility of having to pay a termination fee if the deal falls apart, which is always a big deal. Another key risk is getting approval from governments or regulators. If they don't get it, or if they get it with unexpected conditions, the whole deal could be in trouble. And then there is the human element. This kind of big change can distract the management team from running the business day to day, which could lead to problems with their regular operations. They also bring up broader economic factors like inflation and global conflicts as potential issues that could affect them. These are external forces that can certainly impact any business. So, to recap, this entire report is about the deal with Novacap. They are preparing to give shareholders more information soon. They are really pushing their shareholders to read all the upcoming documents carefully. That is because those documents will have all the really important details about this merger, so shareholders can make informed decisions. They are also making it clear that this report is not an invitation to buy or sell their stock. It is purely informational about the merger itself. As an exhibit, they included that press release from the 24th of September. This is part of the official record of what was announced. And finally, the report is signed off by Alpina Wegner, who is the Chief Financial Officer. This shows that the company's top financial person has reviewed and authorized this filing. Now, let's talk about what this all means. This merger with Novacap is a significant turning point for Integral Ad Science. When a private equity firm like Novacap comes in, their goal is usually to make the company more efficient, more profitable, and ultimately more valuable. This often means cost-cutting, strategic changes, and a much sharper focus on the bottom line. For investors, this can be a mixed bag. It could lead to a significant payout if the company is sold again at a higher price, but it also means they'll lose direct control and possibly see different management styles. The risks they've outlined are pretty standard for a deal like this. The biggest concern is always whether the deal will actually go through and if the expected benefits will materialize. The distraction of management is also a real concern. A company can't afford to stumble operationally while its leadership is focused on a buyout. From a strategic standpoint, this move suggests that perhaps the public market wasn't valuing Integral Ad Science as highly as Novacap believes it can be valued under private ownership. Novacap likely sees potential for growth and improvement that they can achieve away from the quarterly pressures of the stock market. They'll probably be looking very closely at every expense and every revenue stream, aiming to optimize the business. The future for shareholders who are already invested will depend on the terms of the merger agreement, which we expect to see detailed in those upcoming filings. Will they get cash for their shares, or will they receive shares in the new private company? This is the crucial question. Overall, Integral Ad Science is going through a major transformation. It is moving from being a publicly traded company to being owned by private investors. This can bring opportunities for growth and efficiency, but it also comes with the risks associated with major ownership changes and the focus on private equity strategies. Well, be watching closely to see how this unfolds. Alright, that is our breakdown of Integral Ad Science Holding Corp. Latest filing, what is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.